Hi and welcome back to The Code. I am Rishabh Agarwal. We are at DARC Build Mumbai and I'm sitting with architect Subhagya Rawal. And she gave a keynote today. She's a landscape architect and she spoke about various aspects within what she's passionate about, and she's going to share some more information with you guys. Welcome, ma'am, and thank you for the time that you're giving us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
As a landscape architect and as an architect, of course, what's your mission? What are you doing? What kind of projects are you working on? Please tell us.
Yeah, so I am specialized in large scale projects, but basically I am here to talk to you more about my mission, and my mission is to reach out to maximum people and bring awareness about what landscape architecture is about and how we complement to all allied fields. Knowing about landscape architecture for engineering, MEP background, structural consultant, architects, urban design, environmentalists, or any stakeholders, or even when you're living on Earth, you should be knowing about us. And why? Because if you are breathing on Earth, you should be knowing what you are breathing. And we give that air to you in terms of when we create spaces. So that's what I want to bring to everyone's notice, and that's my mission.
Do you think we can solve problems like the high AQI that India is facing right now?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if we start small, step by step, we should be able to reach at a better, place than where we are.
Oh, it seems like a very big problem because what happened this year, last year, let's say, towards the end of last year, Delhi has this problem of crossing an AQI of 500, 600, which was natural. But last year we crossed 1600, 1800, which was just crazy. I don't know.
But you notice this year it was less.
This year as in 25?
24.
24, Delhi was the highest ever.
But Bombay was too.
Bombay was 200 plus, right? It's happening across the country, right?
Correct. So there's not just one element which is actually aggravating it. There are many. There is a lot of construction which is happening. But what we are missing is basically that we are not taking collaborative or the steps which can be brought everything together. We are doing all in a haphazard manner. Like everybody is doing their bit, but in their own world.
Right.
So this is a time where we really want to get everyone together and put that one single stone with everyone's idea together and then build it on it.
Okay, let's take 2 more minutes and understand how we can do that.
I think in today's speech, I was talking about, for instance, road sections. Now, just to my mind, I always ask this question, why we can't have really creative road sections? In my own projects to my clients, we really create interesting road sections where we have saved trees, where we have percolated every bit of water which is coming to the land, and we are created pedestrian-friendly paths, and at the same time allowed vehicles to go. And having all of this together, I still have that tranquility and have that peace and good air to breathe and a calmer context. Now, if I can do it in a 200 acre or a 100 or even a few acre land, why can't we replicate it to a larger context? And if we start doing, like if I take a small stretch of a street in an urban context, I think step by step we can increase, right? Today the road sections are just to start with, I'm just giving you an example that road sections are something which can be efficiently worked out, but to make better context, better environment, better situation, and roads are everyday, commuting, everyday story to our life.
Right.
So why can't we do it better?
Who do you think should be responsible for it? Who can help make a change?
I think that's where we go wrong. I think the question we need to ask is how we can get all of them together to bring it.
Name some stakeholders here.
There's no one person. There's no just government.
Maybe the municipal corporations?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no, because I think the bigger problem is that we ask who is responsible.
I'm not saying one person. Let's put out all the stakeholders. Let's say who else should be a part.
So you can say government, you can say designers, you can say in designers you have allied fields. Like I would I would put landscape architects first, wherein why? Because only in Indian context landscape architects do not come into picture, and that's the bigger issue. Because people think that landscape architecture is only about planting, making or filling the spaces which are left over. But that's not the case. If we are there to create any section, like for instance, a civil engineer would come in and he would put his services. A structural engineer would come in, he would put the structure for the road section in place. Our infrastructure planner would come in and he would put the flyovers or other
MEP would do their jobs. Yeah.
everything. And at the same time, the buildings along the road, the architects would come in and place their footprint. But who's stitching them all together? So,
Okay.
so we come into picture.
So you're saying
Wait,
urban planning and landscape
Urban planning, urban design, and landscape
should work hand in hand.
go hand in hand, and we are those people who are stitching all of this together to make it more efficient, less in time, like more efficient in time, money, and even in terms of spaces.
So Bhagya, you're absolutely right. In fact, right now what's happening is with the kind of development that's happening across cities, all cities are being developed in a different manner with their own cultural identity and spatial identity intact. A lot of these projects are happening now, the last 10-15 years, for whatever reason. I think it's the right time to be talking about this and to be actually focusing. Smart city project was introduced in India like 15-20 years back. Have you seen any sort of landscape architects get involved and do actual work like you are suggesting?
I think I would not comment much on that, because I think the smart city itself, somewhere it is good, somewhere it's not.
I think the scope of the project did not involve all of that initially.
And I think they do have a role of landscape architect much later, but I think we never reached that stage. So I think may not be a very good idea at my end to really comment on.
Oh, that's fair. So, but with the demand of cities and the kind of lifestyle that humans are looking at now,
Yeah.
I think now it's probably just at the cusp of creating those kind of spaces in our cities. What cities are you working in? What kind of projects are you doing?
I'm in terms of projects, I have a spectrum of project from institutional to corporate to master planning, mixed land use, hospitals, retail, F&Bs, and it's pan-India and few abroad.
Okay, great. Any word of advice for students who are studying to become architects?
Yes, so I think, sorry, but I'm going to tell that recently I started my own public page, which is Subhagya Rawal, and that I particularly started only to bring awareness about what is landscape architecture, because a lot of times students think that we will think about landscape architecture only if we want to go there. But in the recent one of my reel, I actually express that you don't have to learn or you don't have to go to landscape architecture only when you want to do it. It's a complement to architecture field or any allied field. So knowing landscape architecture is only going to complement your own design abilities. So don't take it or make it as a separate component, but make it as a part and embrace it, learn more about it, and we are there to help you all.
Makes sense. Maybe we'll invite her over to Delhi to have a full detailed podcast about landscape architecture and what kind of a mission she's on. This was architect Subhagya Rawal, and I am Rishabh Agarwal at The Code at the Art Build Mumbai. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.